Sports Shooting Stars, we bring the game to you. And tonight, Tuesday night, we got two different games we're bringing to you. It's going to be the York Suburban Girls at the West York Bulldogs. And then, we couldn't have the big Central Panthers, the state champions, going to the Lions Den as the Red Lion battle against Central. Coach Steve Schmehl, thank you so much for coming on with me here today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Well, so have you scouted Central? Do you know the team at all? Have you ever heard of the Panthers?
Yeah, I might know a little bit. It's not fair. They haven't played as many games as we have so far. So, but I was able to go watch them on Friday night, and unfortunately, they still looked apart.
They do. They look the part. And coach, I'm coaching some youth teams, including the girls' fifth, sixth B team, trying to draw up defenses. And I was thinking, how do you draw up a defense for Ben Real, Ben Natal? Like it just their guards go like they have kids off the bench that could start
Yeah,
probably for 99% of the teams in the YAIAA.
yeah.
I'm not trying to give you anxiety or anything, but what's really the message to the team, coach?
I mean, I think first you have to have the fundamentals in place of what we try to do. Regardless of who we're playing, and that's kind of the foundation of how we guard, and then game to game, you're dealing with different players and different teams, and yeah, I mean, you mentioned some scary names there. They certainly provide a challenge, and in some ways, it's kind of pick your poison and what you decide to do, and you're not going to be able to cover everyone and everything, and you just hope maybe you can execute what you're trying to do and you guess right and see what happens.
Well, you did it. You have a track record of doing it and doing it a few times, man. I mean, last year games were epic, and some of them came down to the last millisecond.
Yeah.
And coach, when I was talking to Coach Jeff Hoke, doing an interview, I mean, he kept continually praising you and your system, and I've said it before. It kind of reminds me a little bit back in the '90s. Coach Kesey from York Catholic, how he just had a well-oiled machine, and he just worked his offense, worked his defense, and I kind of see some of that traits in your team, Coach. Can you talk a little bit? I mean, Isaiah obviously has been scoring, but looking at it, it seems like there's a bunch of different players that are stepping up for you this year, Coach. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we have a totally new group in a lot of ways. Isaiah obviously is our only returning starter from last season, and we have a couple guys that played a little bit off the bench. But there's a lot of new guys that are just getting their opportunity that we knew, were good players and just needed a chance to get out there and show what they could do. So, we're really young. It's a very young group overall, maybe the youngest group I've ever had, actually. But they're talented, and they're kind of showing here early in the season that they're fearless in a lot of ways and they love to compete. And we're just really excited for the opportunity.
We're telling everybody, get out there tonight, Tuesday night, to the Lions Den. It's going to be a barn burner. I know all about those, Coach. So,
Yeah.
Eddie, can you talk a little bit about some of your assistant coaches? I would love to shine some light on some of the people that are helping you behind.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. I've had a number of guys who have been with me throughout the whole way. This is year 18, and Mike Dansbury and Brandon Boise. And then we've added guys throughout the years, and this staff has been together, the whole staff, for certainly for the last 4 or 5 years. But Brian Singer and Jared Fillet and Andy Sedora, Travis Martin, Logan Whitman, Austin Huson. I mean, there's a lot of us on the bench. When we all show up, we have almost more coaches than players at times. But that's what makes this whole thing work. We have the ability to really have guys kind of single in on stuff in practice, and a lot of these guys played college basketball, and they have a great background with not only the game, but just understanding kids and kind of how they operate, and the communication is wonderful. and we all get along, so it's a lot of fun. And, we say it all the time. We're lucky to be doing this.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Coach Singer. He's part of the Sports Shooting Stars family, and I love doing games with him. And I think he's right around that 6'7" level. So it brings, when him and I are together, it brings our average height to a normal human being, which is nice.
Yeah, we got a lot of height and weight on that bench.
Well, just in case security or anything like that, man.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a packed house, and I know Coach Jeff Hoke from Central was saying every time they go to the Lions Den, it's tough. I mean, the crowd's in there, and man, it's gonna be a good one, Coach. So thanks for jumping on with me today. Sports Shooting Stars.
We bring the game to you. Contact us, sportsshootingstars@gmail.com.